Why I gotta be a simp? Because I understand.
I didn't tell you was a simp. I said you simping.
How am I simping?
It's simping.
What
It's
is the
not a
definition
simp.
of that so I can be clear?
Okay.
And we
Okay.
was
You the second.
Oh, there is a difference. You could be simping in the moment, and you could be just an ultimate simp, like a beta male for life, right? I guess.
person that has said this.
Yeah. So clearly, I'm not the only person that noticed it
So explain. I don't know what it means necessarily.
because you let.
Of course, majority of the little boys in the chat at Lapeef Network, I can disrespect them here. I can't disrespect them over there. Of course, and these are sizable books. They are minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author, and those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that. Awesome, welcome back. So we're talking about the Lapeef Network right now. All right, we got a video here that we're going to just jump right in and react to. The title of this video, by the way, go ahead and subscribe to Lapeef Network. So I want you to, when you come back here and we react to it, I want us to be able to engage and continue to react to some of this talking points. I am a fan of that platform, so I like it. And kudos to Lapeef because it keeps bringing some more well-rounded conversations, like the leads, like the, like some more well-rounded conversation as opposed to the straight up gender war on Thursday nights. So, but it's fun watching them. I'm a big fan. I will continue to watch. I will continue to react within the fair use guidelines here, like I'm about to right now. So let's jump right into this short video clip right here. Let's see.
I know y'all educated. So my question is this: on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is money to you in terms of the man you choose?
It's not that important.
On a
All right.
scale.
So this is real life. All right, the part that this is real life, okay? This just happened in real time. Well, it's pre-recorded, but you get the point. You get the gist, right? All right, I'm picking this up for the first time. I've watched the video, of course, before I'm reacting to it, but this particular part right here, I'm picking up for the first time. I want you to look at JR's face, right? It seems like I don't know if it's a confirmation of something they already knew or if he's surprised. I want you to look at the humble dad's face, right? The humble dad is gonna get, they're gonna attempt to try to humble him today, right? On this reaction. But I want you to look at Kay's face. She meant that shit. She meant every word she just said. Not only that, it looks like she may be on her way out of the network. Now, here's my prediction. I think she's going to leave the network eventually. Okay? What's going on, Information Man Show? Thank you for stopping by, my brother. Thank you. I have seen you on other platforms. Thank you so much. All right. So, this is my prediction. Kay is going to be leaving that platform soon. Okay? There's only so much a human being can take. Just a human being in general, right? Not to, how much more a woman, But let's look at the nature of the answer she gave. They asked her a question that needed a number answered, right? They gave her a scale. This is men trying to narrow the human mind down to exact words, right? Exact scientific answers, right? Men keep trying to do this and they keep failing at it because it's not going to work. There's a way a woman is set up with respect to the societal construct, the social construct that we live in right now, okay? It's all open-ended. When we talk about emotions, it's open-ended. There's no limit to it. When you talk about the power of the mind, you can create like 50 movies in your heart, right, in your mind right now, in this moment in time. You could say, have you ever slept for a second? You slept for about 15 minutes, right? And then there's a full-blown 20 movies that played out in your dream in 15 minutes. And you're like, you look at the time, you're like, wait, it's only 15 minutes. Because the sleep was just that deep, right? That's the power of the mind. So you can kind of like correlate that with how the woman mind work, right? The typical woman's mind, right? When you ask them a question that requires like a numbered answer, something like that, they're thinking of all the different possibilities. See, you're zoned in on the exact number you're looking for, but they're thinking of all the possibilities, right? She thought about it, right? So let's repeat this point again. I want you to watch that spot again where what's his name? Trill asked the question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is money to her in a relationship?
How important is money to you in terms of the man you choose?
In terms of the man you choose.
It's not that important.
She didn't say it's not important. Wait. She even added another layer of emotions to it. She said it's not that important. I mean, I'm still thinking. Let me check my feelings, right? Right. So why is it that men continue to be surprised about this? That's my question for you. Why are men surprised over and over and over again? And why are they actively trying to force women to be otherwise when you can just see it as what it is and learn how to operate within that place and still win? Right? Let's keep going.
On a scale of 1 to 10, ma'am.
All right, look at Anton. Anton is frustrated, right? It's not that deep. It's just a show. But he's frustrated, right? Okay, let's keep going.
Pick a number.
And JR is like undefeated. He's right. Women are undefeated, especially modern women, right?
It's not that important. I think that if I had to pick a number, your fault. I don't know.
Wait.
I don't.
Did Q just say
Pick a
something?
number.
Oh, Q. So Q tends to be, Q already says she used to be a tomboy. She plays sports and all that kind of stuff. All those kind of things shows up in your personalities, by the way, in weird ways, right? So she goes, just pick a number. She tried to say it nicely, right? No. She could not interpret that question that way. That question did not have a simple answer. And gentlemen, I gotta keep telling you, this exact science questions don't have simple answers, okay? They may have simple answers by way of textbook, right? Theoretically, from a theoretical standpoint, right? Yes. But the truth is that in reality, there's no such thing as exact science. That's why science continues to stay in the lab too, right? That's why there's ongoing studies. That's why every empirical data you pull up right now is a lagging indicator. There's new realities playing out as we're talking right now. And if we don't realize that, that's shortage on emotional intelligence. This is why we're suffering. This is why you're losing your woman. This is why you're not getting laid. Because you think because you're a good guy, it should just be easy. Yeah.
It's not that important. I think that if I had to pick a number, your fault. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I think that I look at people holistically. I just can't. I mean,
let me show beautiful.
Like I said, y'all
face.
have every option to not answer or give context or whatever you want to do for any question that I ever ask or anyone asks. But I think that
that was a good one, Trey.
It's just different depending on the person.
I tried.
Going on. I mean, like I said, I think earlier in my experience, if
so the facial expression of the guys, let me be nice to them. I think they already know what's going on right here. I think Kay doesn't know what's going on. I think Kay probably at some point figured it out, and then she tried to, I'm gonna stay in my square, right? Because she's a very smart girl. Don't get it twisted. She's very smart, extremely smart. Okay, so she knows what it's doing, but she's still a woman. How long is it gonna take us men to understand that a woman is still a woman? It doesn't matter if she's modern or pick me. Regardless, a woman is a woman. 100% undefeatable. It's ocean. The feminine energy is an ocean. You have to learn how to navigate it. You can't force it into a corner. That's not how it works. You can't force it into a corner. So you're not gonna force her to say some kind of scale right now. It's like asking a woman on a scale of 1 to 10, can you rate yourself? She's gonna tell you either 7 or fuck you.
Someone can't take care of themselves, they often project a certain thing, you know. So I don't know if that's the money aspect or if that's the person aspect. I don't know.
What do you teach, Kay?
All the
Special education.
So
Why is that funny?
Listen, that's a hey.
All right, so that wasn't funny. If you understand how this place work, you can't say that. That's not funny, you know. But I guess some people are open to getting cancelled just so they can use it as a flag that, hey, I got cancelled, right? But it's not necessary. Special education is people can easily start to feel shamed, and they can cancel your ass. Okay, so let's keep
I
going.
taught special ed, bro. Listen,
Why is that funny?
Great teachers that are needed. I'm asking because it sounds like you're
Why
great
is
on the
special
rubric.
education funny?
Now she's taking it personally, right? I get it. It's a show. It's not that deep. But this actually plays out in real people's life every day, especially when they pretend like it's not that deep. It creeps into their personal life and they wonder what's going on. How did that happen? Yeah, because you've been soaking yourself in the wrong content way too much without guarding yourself or guarding your heart, right?
I wasn't laughing.
I mean, people were laughing like as if.
No. Q was already laughing. Q was laughing at the original answer.
The right not to answer that question.
Okay.
She exercised a right not to answer the question. See what I said? She's actually a lot of men would say she's more feminine. I think she does exude feminine energy, but what she says, a lot of things she says, she's actually more so in a masculine. In those times when she sounds like she's speaking logic, that's generally a woman who is more so, more engaged with a masculine energy. That is not a negative thing. We keep painting that as a negative thing. It's only negative if it's misplaced. Let's say she's in a relationship with a man. In that space, in that context, that would need to be toned down depending on what kind of man she's with. There is no absolute to these things, right? It's just energy, right? It's just energy that needs to be guarded, needs to be guided, needs to be properly directed, right? That's all it is.
Humble dad, I teach elementary school, so all the subjects.
All right. Do you grade on a rubric?
For some things, yeah.
That's what I thought. Nothing wrong. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
See what you're doing, humble dad? You enabling me.
I just don't see.
All right, so Anton is humble dad is enabling. Just because you're patient enough to hear where somebody is coming from is not enabling. It's called emotional intelligence. It's called engaging your power, because when you allow them to feel heard, you can actually control them a little bit better. If you have to control, by the way, there's no need to control another human being, but sometimes you want to influence them, maybe not necessarily control, but influence them in the direction you want to create the result you're looking for. And it takes patience, it takes time to allow them to feel heard. And if you're not patient, don't be in a relationship with that person. Really simple. If you're that much of in a hurry, just get out of a relationship with a person, right? This is, again, it's not that deep, it's a show, but it happens in real people's lives, right? Let's keep going.
No, I'm not.
About special
No,
ed.
I understand how she be answering, why she answers how she answers.
Oh my God! I
gets
can't
it.
believe you simping right now, humble dad.
Bro,
Oh, now it's simping. Now it's simping just because he has patience. Now that's called simping, right? And people that call you simps are very quick to go in the direction of sign language. Watch it. It's about to be some shaming and insulting. Well, it's not insult until he receives that insult, but at least the shaming part, right? Oh, the need to be right. Oh, interesting. They always call it first.
why I gotta be a simp? Because I understand.
I didn't tell you was a simp. I said you simping.
How am I simping?
It's simping.
What's
It's not
the
a simp.
definition of that? So I can. to be clear.
Okay.
And we
okay.
wasn't.
You the second.
Oh, there is a difference. You could be simping in the moment, and you could be just an ultimate simp, like a beta male for life, right? I guess.
Person that has said this.
Yeah. So clearly, I'm not the only person that noticed it
So explain. I don't know what it means necessarily.
because you let.
Of course, majority of the little boys in the chat at Lapeef Network, I can disrespect them here. I can't disrespect them over there. Of course, majority of them will call this simping. Anytime you understand a K and try to hear where she's coming from, it's called simping, right? Yeah.
People get away with stuff that intentionally know, like she knows that she's gonna get away with this with you. She understands what she's doing. If you don't think that this woman is
All right, so that's one of the problems. That's one of the problems. We think that we are superhumans. We think that women are actually deliberate about the way they move. We think it's all intentional. And then we put on this cap and we try to be intentional. We're intentionally unintentional, right? We put ourselves on a pedestal. We think we figured these things out, right? And then she's just evil. Tell me how a young man is not going to see her. Like if you ask a direct question, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love me? And she said, babe, this is, and she started talking like that. And a young man is going to go into it like, you don't love me? Right? Okay, let's go back to the original. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does money matter? Right? If she can't give a straight answer like 10 or 1, a lot of young men will say, all you care about is money. You're just a gold digger, right? And then we're misleading that young man, right? The truth of the matter is that women don't care about the money. They care about the security, the sense of security that a provider can bring to the table, right? How do I know? Because ultimately, majority of them settle. That's the fact of the matter. Even those that run their mouth, even those that say, hey, I want, I want a rich man. A bullshit, cap. That part is cap. For the most part, right? For the most part, they settle eventually. If they don't settle, eventually they get with the rich person. They realize that money is not everything. That's it. Like if the guy is just a lame, and he's just a rich lame, eventually, things get watered down. Anything that's readily available gets taken for granted. So they've seen money, they've been there, done that. They can leverage police power against you and find a reason to divorce your ass because you're lame. It's not your fault. It's just what it is, right? So here we go with all that you're simping, you're enabling, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
is smart enough to know what she.
Listen, an adult woman smart enough doesn't mean she's not a woman. Doesn't mean she's not a part of the social construct. The social construct, the context we live in which case a natural woman generally answer questions open-ended. They'd rather do that than give you a straight answer because the way they operate, they are creators. They multiply everything you give them into multiple folds and multiple layers and multiple dimensions, as opposed to you that you're just linear. You want just a straight answer. That's not how a typical woman operates, their mind. That's not how it works. Doesn't mean they're not smart. They're extremely smart. As a matter of fact, if you ask me, they are smarter in that sense. A lot of them can actually explain this probably better than I do. Actually, majority can't. They can't put it into words, but you get the point, right? Let's keep going.
He's doing on purpose, and then know that people like
Wrong.
you are going to give into it, which enables her bad behavior. That's literally simping.
She's not doing it on purpose.
Okay. Okay, if that's what you say. If I'm saying that I understand what somebody's saying, I don't think that's me simping.
She didn't even answer the question.
Now, if you look at the mannerism of Humble Dad and you compare that to Anton Daniels seems like it's the alpha male. It's about to hold him accountable, right? Be bullshit. Cap, okay, is bullshit. That guy is maintaining a better frame, if you ask me, right? And they will get away with a lot more every single day of the week, right? Because again, back to the talking points, because I like Anton. Back to the talking point, okay? The bottom line is that understanding or paying attention to understand where this person is coming from is not simping, okay? It's not simping now, it's not simping ever, okay? It's emotional intelligence. him having the knowledge, I don't know what he said, something about the I don't know, something that she grades or something like that. I think if you pick up that word, please leave it in the comments, right? Him understanding that and being able to relate that to the way she answered the question is understanding. Now my understanding is that she's just a woman, a typical woman. Q is beautiful. She's not a typical woman. She's an athlete, like she said. Yeah, she's a tomboy. She hang out with the guys type of girl. I know them types. They can probably relate with us a little bit more and speak our language a little bit, but most women are not like that. A typical woman is not like that. You're probably going to end up with a typical woman. She's still smart, but you need to understand how her mind operates, right? Especially within romantic context. Especially within a romantic context. You will need to have the skill set or else you'll frustrate yourself. Look at the frustration on Anton's face right now. You just be frustrated every single day of the week. But I've seen Anton speak to understanding this before, so I think it's just this moment. He's the one simping to the guys in his comment area right now. If you ask me, he's pandering to them heavy.
Okay.
Trill just gave her a regular question.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that. What I literally said was I understand why she answers. I'm not agreeing with how she answers. I'm saying because she grades on a rubric, that means that there is open for interpretation. That's why she talks.
So you
like
telling me that a Rubik's
I'm not
Cube?
agreeing.
Not Rubik's Cube. That's not what he said.
No, I'm not
You telling me
agreeing.
that a Rubik's Cube is the answer for why she moved?
No.
Yeah, I don't agree with that
too.
too.
No,
He
it's a
said
rubric.
Rubik's Cube.
It's like has different ways of grade. Like you say, okay, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do that? It's not like a score. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not.
It's not, it's just a woman thing, a typical woman thing. If you ask them a straightforward question that requires it, they may just answer with like it was an open-ended question, and that's just how unless they're in an exam, or in an exam hall somewhere, they have to do a test or something like that. That's the only way you probably can get a woman to answer you a straightforward answer like that. They have all the what ifs. They want to access all the what ifs in their answers, and that's just how they operate. And you need to understand that. You need to be patient for that. And if you're not patient for that, yes, it's a big deal that you can end up in a divorce court. Absolutely.
I'm not exonerating her from how she responds.
You ain't
I'm
holding
saying,
her accountable
okay.
either.
What's that?
You ain't holding her accountable either.
This holding women and adults accountable bullshit. Here we go again. Now he needs to hold her accountable like that's his wife or something. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. There's nothing to hold accountable. It's something to understand. Listen and lean in and understand. That's just the way they are, for the most part.
On that question, I didn't.
Or
Nobody
anything.
did.
Just look at Courtney's face. It looks like Courtney understands what's really going on, right? Courtney is more so in her feminine energy, more so than Q, more than half the time. Just from I don't know them personally. I've interacted with Courtney a little bit, but we're YouTube friends. I have never interacted with Q, right? Just off of my observation, Courtney is more in her feminine energy on this platforms more. Her talking points doesn't necessarily align with that, but energy, learning how to read energy, the most effective form of communication or most effective communication channel, right, is something that as a man you need to learn how to. Yeah, men will say, so I need to be reading minds. Yes, precisely. Oh, so it's always a man's fault. If that's how you interpreted what I just said, yes.
Yeah. Nobody held her
Not
accountable on that.
here.
Or any question for that
Say
matter.
anything. So she's
You need to
hold
go
her
back and
accountable.
watch, bro. I did.
I'll hold her accountable.
How's that working out, Anton? You hold her accountable. How is that working out? You hold Kay accountable all the time. She just went off the screen. She left. I think she's counting now. I think she's gonna leave that platform. I think so. That's my prediction. Okay. That's my prediction. Let's keep going.
No, I'm saying I've held her accountable before as well. I have. Not on this particular episode, but I have.
Humble dad, listen, I'm just
Hey, don't let them get you off your square, humble dad. Just stay humble. There's no need to hold women who are adults, as they claim, accountable. You can ask them questions. You can engage them as an adult, but you should also have expectations that they're women. You shouldn't have unrealistic expectation that they should think like men and think like men and not feel, and you know, all this bullshit. They're thinking, they're feeling, all this bullshit. Everyone is feeling, everyone, including Anton right now. Maybe not so much right now, but for the most part, right? So yeah, see here. Let's keep going.
Just telling you, fam. Listen, respectfully, that type of woman will run laps around you. I mean,
Bullshit. They're on laps around people that talk too much. Okay, they're on laps around people that talk too much, and here's why. Let me just go ahead and play this one and make this part of it. This is a short video from Robert Greene, the author of The Heart of Seduction and the author of 48 Laws of Power. Okay, and this is his fourth law, and everyone needs to read this book and learn how to apply it as opposed to just reading it. Read it a few goddamn times, right? Come on, man. Come on, gentlemen. Let's go. I'm gonna play Robert Greene for you really quickly, and then we'll call this reaction a wrap. And then we got one more that we'll do quickly. Let's go to Robert
We
Greene.
say less than necessary. Law number 4, and it's the fact that by talking too much in a meeting or in any kind of situation.
Always say less than necessary. A lot of holding women accountable is talking too fucking much. That's all it is. You're doing a lot of talking. You're not creating results. You're not creating results. You're not attracting respect either. Respect is 100% earned. Now, the thing with respect is that a lot of people try to turn it to semantics. No, respect is something you give to everyone. No, we're talking within a relationship context, right? You may have the bare minimum respect before a person gets to know you. Once they get to know you, you will continue to earn respect or you will lose it. That's the way it works. Okay, so back to always say less. The more you say, the more respect you lose. Okay, it's a serious correlation there. You have to pay attention to 100% of the time. Okay, especially if you're a man.
Situation, you make people inadvertently smell weakness on you. A lot of
Especially women, they smell the weakness. The louder you are, they smell it as weakness. That's a fact.
communication between humans is nonverbal.
Sure.
We feel, we sense something from you,
Feel
and
with
it
sense.
communicates.
See, he didn't say men or women. We feel with sense. Every single one of us. Every single one of us. We feel with sense. That's the major. That's the most major, most important communication channel right there. We sense it. We smell it. We sniff it. We can sniff your weakness, especially if you're loud as a man. Calling it, holding it accountable. Not Anton in particular right now, because I've seen him demonstrate that he can handle this conversation a little bit better, right? But for people that say this all the time, holding accountable is useless for the most part. We just like to build our community, help our community grow a little bit better because our women needs to do better. Yeah, bullshit. That's not your leverage point. Your leverage point is how do you show up as a person, right? Helping some of these young men show up a little bit better into relationships with these young ladies, right? That's our biggest leverage point. Now, it can help if women can help, but if you don't work on the major leverage point, you're just going to disappoint another woman. She's going to try to be feminine. That thing is not a decision, it's energy, right? She's going to try, and then she's going to try, it's still going to fail, and then she's going to be disappointed. And then she will loop us all together and say, men has come.
And we have an impression. And people who talk a lot generally give an impression of they don't know how to control themselves. Whereas
most people holding people accountable lack self-control. That's all it is. You couldn't be patient to engage another adult who is a woman, who happens to be a woman, in a way that you can understand them, they can feel understood, they can feel heard, and they can gravitate towards understanding you too. They will multiply. The feminine energy multiplies. It comes out, it multiplies everything you sow as a seed. But you lack self-control and you lack patience, right? You're in a hurry.
People who kind of say a little bit less, you know, who kind of speak in riddles almost, who say, yeah, that's great, I'll think about it, or
Speak in riddles.
whatever, gives off an impression of power, as if they know more than they actually do. Always say less than necessary.
Always
say less than necessary. Law
Always
number
say-
4.
Always say less than necessary. This is very important. This is very important. Always say less. Always. This is not after time. This is not just sometimes. This is all. Don't be so predictable. We can tell. The ladies can smell. They can sniff your weakness from afar, just because you're just loud. Just because you're loud. All right.